Thank you so much, Troy Hillman, for coming on with us and joining us. You are a retired Phoenix Police Sergeant. You're also the author of Chasing Down the Zombie Hunter, and you have extensive knowledge and what it means to work a challenging case since you worked so many different cold cases in your time, but also what it means to work a case. So we wanted to ask you about the Nancy Guthrie case as we cover this. And first and foremost, I just want to get your take on where we are at and what it's like to be in a case where there's so many different leads coming in that you have to work.
This case, as you know, is I think we're on the, if I'm not mistaken, the 17th day, and it is just following it. It's been ups and downs, and kind of. I think we were really excited by the release of the video because that was a major break in the case. And but I know law enforcement behind the scenes, and I always say this: it's a beehive of activity, and there's so many tentacles to this investigation. There's so many layers, and you've got different expertise looking at different directions and looking at maybe the digital evidence, looking at other ones looking at the forensic evidence. And then you have another team vetting out all the leads coming in from the community. There's just the ransom notes, the doorbell footage, tracing that back to where that maybe the clothing came from. You just got all these people doing various things, and it's you've got multiple jurisdictions involved, and it's I know they're exhausted. I know they just keep working, and they want to get home to their families too, but not until Nancy is brought home to her family.
Yeah. When you think about this case, because I was talking about the Canal Killer case and how DNA evidence really helped in that case that you were a big part of. What is that like to be waiting on DNA, and what was it like to actually finally get a hit?
Yeah, it's hard as an investigator to be told, hey, it's in the CODIS national database and it's never hit. It's been in there for decades. He must be dead, or it's never going to hit, and you should just accept that. And it's hard to accept, and that's what we had on the Canal murders. The unknown suspect, their DNA was in the system for over 2 decades, and the presumption was he was dead. But the horrific nature of the crimes, my cold case team said, hey, we have to figure out who did this to these women and give the family some kind of delayed justice. So I think there are new tools, though, and I'm proud to say that Phoenix PD was a pioneer in using, and our team in using it's been called many different things. It's FIG or IG, investigative genetic genealogy. And it's a kind of a game changer in terms of building out family trees and look at ancestry to basically solve these types of crimes where stuff is languishing in CODIS.
Yeah. And I know that we have talked before about different cases here in Arizona, like the Allison Feldman case where familial DNA was used. Can you just, for everyone, kind of break down the differences between CODIS, familial DNA, and then we have genetic genealogy?
So yeah, CODIS is it's the DNA database that the federal government runs. And there's different levels. There's a local, there's a state, and a federal. And there's a lot of requirements as to what can be entered, what can't be entered, and that kind of thing. But pretty much, if you're a convicted offender of certain type of crimes, typically felonies, you'll be in that system. So they'll upload, like in this case, the wearer for the gloves, the unidentified male profile, and they'll search CODIS for a hit. If that doesn't happen, then they can look at something called familial DNA testing, which is kind of mining that CODIS database for relatives of that unknown male. You're the unknown subject. So you can look at that angle. If that doesn't work, then you can look at investigative genetic genealogy, or IG, or sometimes called FIG. And there's a lot of acronyms, but like we talked about, that's a game changer. And familial testing did help, like you said, in the Feldman case. And it's something we looked at early on in the Canal murders, and it just wasn't available to us.
Yeah. When you have a case like this, where you are have intense tips coming in. Obviously, so many people scrutinizing, speculating about the investigation, but you also have a family that you're working with. I know you worked with so many families. What is that like to try and keep them up to date on the investigation, but also try to work the investigation at the same time?
I always call it a tightrope. You're kind of walking this balancing act between you need to keep the family informed, you need to keep the community informed, but you also want to protect the integrity of the investigation. You don't want something to get out that could potentially hurt any kind of prosecution if and when the perpetrator is found. So you want to give out enough. I think the Phoenix PD on the canal murders, we gave out the fact that one girl or one victim had been redressed in the bodysuit, and that ended up being a huge tip or a huge generator of leads. And so I think the video footage in this case of the perpetrator and potential abductor that's on her doorstep, middle of the night before the abduction, that was a huge step. And I'm hoping somebody sees that and says, "Oh, I know that guy. I know who bought that clothing. I know who would wear that. I know a person has a mustache, or the person wears their holster that way, or that kind of thing." I'm just hoping somebody sees that, and that may have already happened, and they're just looking into that further.
Yeah. I know that we also have investigators that are doing things like working with Walmart and going to gun stores, kind of hitting the streets and following up on those leads. What is that like as someone who is following up on those kinds of leads, maybe not doing something digitally, but really hitting the streets and talking to people?
Yeah, that's just good old fashioned police work and kind of following. You're kind of following the clues, and you're tracing those back and to see where they came from. And it could be as simple as talking to a clerk, or there being video and saying, "Hey, I sold that particular backpack to this individual," or you have it on surveillance. You're just gathering those clues as you go along. So it is frustrating. It's very tedious work, but it's also very, if that breaks the case, then and that very well could break the case.
Yeah. When you think about everything that is happening, and obviously, like I said, we have so many people watching here in the US, internationally, even as well. What is your message to people that are watching this play out? There's so much to take in.
Yeah, I think we more and more live in an instantaneous satisfaction kind of environment where we have 24/7 news, and we have instant the ability to query information, from our phones. But it's just important to let the investigators kind of do their thing and not get in their way, and make sure that there's a balance between uh, being a good putting in good information out that the community can respond and give information, versus salacious stuff and maybe hit pieces on the family, or anything bad. I think there's a lot of speculation. People want answers, as does everybody on the investigative team, and the family. Obviously, they want their mom back. But we need to just exercise a little bit of what I call human kindness, and just realize and have empathy, and just say these people are going through hell, and we just need to get her back, and then also hold the perpetrator accountable.
Something I did see being discussed today on social media, and there's a lot of discussion taking place on social media with this case, is that we don't have any kind of car description. We have obviously that doorbell footage that has, been something that has generated a lot of tips. But is it strange at this point in the investigation to not have more things like a car, things like that people could be on the lookout for?
Um, it depends. If you never know who's on foot. They have motorized bicycles now. You don't know. It did not appear to me that the potential abductor on the porch was particularly sophisticated, so he may not have come in a car. There could be. He could have come on foot, like I said, bicycle. He could have come in an Uber. You'd think that information would surface, but we only know probably 25% of what law enforcement knows, which is by design to protect the integrity of the investigation. So if they think it's going to help the investigation, they're going to put it out. If they think it's going to hinder it, they're going to hold it back, which in fact they should do.